Hello and welcome back to Pandemic Playground with Dave. We are currently on part 3 of surviving Pertam, the Wastelands, and we definitely need to fix this rover because it's definitely not that great. Alright, so first things first, I do want to kind of recreate this rover a little bit. Well, actually a whole lot, because I haven't got a good success out of it. I mean, it does drill, it doesn't collect a lot, which is an issue. So what we're gonna do is pretty much take down this rover if I don't get destroyed by these meteors. We'll look good. Alright, good. It looked like we almost got hit. So what I was saying is I kind of want to take down this rover and transform it into a different rover. I might not even add a drill to it. I probably prefer to add a drill for a large rover instead, because the way it gathers is not so efficient really. So I think we're just gonna change it into a cargo rover, travel around, drill around manually and collect iron so we can speed up the material gathering. And once we have enough, we're probably gonna build a drilling station over there where the cobalt and iron is, so I can start collecting that. And of course I can transport the cobalt and iron back over to the base station here. So I think that's what I'm going to do now. And of course we're just going to have to disassemble a lot of the ship for now. Alright, so we got rid of the rover as much as possible. We are going to leave the battery here and a medium cargo container so we can get some extra storage and extra power. So we'll leave that for now. And if I can, I'll probably move this battery onto the new rover or keep it in a tent so that we can have more battery power stored here. And I think that might be the idea, just to leave it on the base for the time being. But let's get started on building a new rover. So I kind of have a bit of an idea I want to try out, and we're gonna have to see what that's gonna look like. So hopefully it turns out pretty well, but I haven't done this before, so we're gonna give it a try. But save you guys the time, and we're just gonna run a quick time lapse of the build. Right, so the rover is all done. As you saw before, we scratched the old respawn pod and turned it into a better rover, basically. So now we have a better rover that has 6 wheels, which are 5x5 wheels, 3 on each side, 2 cargo containers, an ore detector, a bit of batteries, and a bit of a unique cockpit. Alright, so the idea I had in mind initially for the rover was a little bit different from this, but I decided to make it this way because it was a little more simpler than the idea I had, which didn't make any sense either. But I might create that later down the line. But for now, I created a hinge-like cockpit. So that is basically using kind of like my hatch, the hatch doors designs that I've done in an experiment previously. And that's with the piston and a hinge and to close and open the doors. So basically I could jump into my seat here, hit reverse on the hinge, and it can close down, and I can merge the block on the bottom, and it should create an airtight seal. I'm not 100% sure if it is. It looks like it is. There's no point of me putting an airtight seal, to be honest, since we're on Pertam, the wasteland. And it has oxygen on the surface, so it should be fine. But I was going to put oxygen in here for whatever reasons later down the line if I can, but I didn't make any room for it. So this is just the current design of it. I just, I got kind of bored of, your regular cockpit, so I just wanted to create something a little bit different, which is like a little bit of a mouth here for this truck. So unfortunately, this truck does not have a drilling system. So that's gonna be, a little harder to get more materials. But I think the idea here is to use this as my main cargo rover, which can be charged here. And what I'm gonna do for now is get as much iron as I can by hand using the drill. And then once I'm all set, I'm going to start creating a drilling platform near the cobalt and iron that I talked about earlier, right there. So instead of drilling there now, what I'm gonna do is use this big guy, my truck. It's a similar design to my other truck, my large grid trucks, but this one's more of a smaller grid truck, and I was able to add these cool exhaust pipes in the back, as you see there. Oop. Oh, okay. And it's not, you see a little bit of flames coming out of it, not too much, because I made a small flame and smoke version of it. But what I'm going to do now is actually going to navigate to the iron here, get as much as I can, and then get back and try to make the drilling platform. But the good thing about this rover, since it's my cargo rover, I'm going to use this for quite some time to gather a lot of materials and transport it to my tent. So let's just grab the iron, and it should be underneath me here, and it looks like I lost my stripes. Yep, I lost my stripes somehow. It's been a bit of a glitch I've been experiencing with. And I just realized I got out of my truck by pressing F, and the hatch has been closed. So a little bit about that, actually. I did make a safeguard for that, and that's here. It's a button that activates a timer block that unlocks the merge block here and reverses the hinge up there. So the timer block is actually just beneath it, or right behind it, as I hit it there. So I could just press that, and everything just opens up, and I could get right back into my seat and get my stripes back. So yeah. The other nifty thing about this thing is that I tried to add a ladder system here just to climb up to the top if we ever need to. I don't really find the need to do it anymore other than when I was building it out. But the cool little thing is this was supposed to be somewhat of like a pipe or exhaust pipe on the truck, but I just put a ore detector to make it look a little fancier than it was before. But I could have definitely just add on a exhaust pipe like this here. But I thought that was nice enough. But yeah, so let's go grab this iron. Where's this iron? This iron is 16 right here, right below me right here. So we don't want to go directly below because we're not going to be able to get back up. So we're going to do a diagonal drill, right clicking towards the iron. And we're just going to try to gather as much as I can. Bring it back up constantly. And then I'll bring it back to base. And I should have a good number of it. So then I can start making the drilling platform that's on the other side of the tent. Or close to the tent, I should say. Let's just make sure I can get out. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to pretty much stay here for a little bit. Drill out the iron. Get as much as I can. Put it in the cargo containers. And see how that goes. I do wish I did have a drilling system on that rover, but the way I was thinking about making the rover didn't include the drills for now. If I want to make a drill system, I'll probably make it the same way I did with my other truck, which has the hinges. So that would have probably looked like, you know, the 3-point hinge system where it goes up and down and then extends a little bit, so we can just pretty much drill on the platform. If I do on a smaller grid version of it, the pistons don't really extend too far, so it's kind of pointless in a way. So I prefer not to do that until I make a larger grid system. And in order to do that, I definitely need a lot more materials. So we're just gonna grind out a little bit here and try to get as much as I can. Alright, so we are all set. We have all the iron that we can collect in here. So I have a full inventory. My connector and 2 cargo containers are pretty much filled with stuff. So let's just get on out of here. And this storm has been going a little crazy ever since I went down underneath. So let's just get out of here. Alright, so we can close this up. Oh, a bit of clang. Alright, let's unpark ourselves and return back home, which is on our left. Alright, so we have a full cargo container of stuff, so it's a little bit heavy right now. And I did collect some stone as well, mainly because I may need nickel and silicone just in case. I needed those extra materials other than just iron. So looks like the meteor has been going a little nutty here, making the whole entire environment pretty bad. I did unlock the achievement so far, so I kind of contemplating if I want to turn it off, the Armageddon, but then again, that kind of eliminates, you know, the toughness of playing survival. So I guess I can leave it up to you guys. If you guys want me to turn it off and just survive in Pertam with just the weather effects and, you know, just exploring it, or do you prefer to have me leave it on and try my best to survive through Armageddon? Leave a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Alright, so I'm just gonna park this guy here. I did make a bit of a ramp system, and I almost went a little bit too fast here and hit the connector. Alright, so let's lower our wheels. There we go. And we're gonna connect in, and we should be able to move all our iron right into the refinery and get that going. Actually, what am I doing? That doesn't work. None of that's actually connected anywhere. So I need to find a way to connect that, but in the meantime I just need to, I guess, just grab it from there. It's a little bit difficult to do that. I should probably make a cargo container right here. Do I have metal grids? I have 3, so I'm missing 1. Huh. I know there's some. Do I have some cobalt? If I have some cobalt, then we should be okay. Don't. Alright, so I can't make a cargo container there, so I'm just gonna have to unlock this guy. Looks like I left the vehicle again by mistake without opening up the hatch. Alright, so let's just unlock. We'll leave it right there. and we'll just move everything by hand as usual until I can make a connector there. I mean, I can make a conveyor system up into there, but I'm not gonna do that now. I want to make it look a little bit better, but can't do that now. So I'm just gonna move by hand really quickly. It should be fairly quick. All right, so there we go. We just moved everything over from one thing to the other, and we have a bunch of iron now and a decent amount of stone, so it's not too bad. Alright, so we have a good number of items here. So let's just get started and build that drilling platform. So let's get in here. Let's close up the hatch. Oh, what's going on? Yeah. Open. It's not liking that there's stuff inside a large cargo for some reason. And it's kind of acting really funny. Okay. So it's kind of heavy. I'm assuming because things are heavy, it's kind of acting up. And let's see. No, I filled it up with ore and it wasn't acting like this. That was weird. So we can close the front. Okay. And we can drive it. Okay. But if we merged it, it's it's kind of tilting forward. I'm not sure why. That's a little bit odd. It kind of ruins the whole aspect of what I built there, if that's the case. But it's fine because we can always leave it open or never merge it, I guess. Unless it gets fixed somehow. I don't know what's going on, so that's a bit odd. So let me see if I can maybe get into a more flatter area and do that. And maybe that helps. I'm not sure. Let's see. I think the problem is when I merge. So I've hit merge. Oh, it's trying to flip over. And if I unmerge it, it fixes. So I'm not sure why. That is super weird. Yeah, it's just doing it. Huh. So I gotta kind of like not lock it now. It works fine when I didn't put any items inside except for ores. But for some reason now that it has items in here, it might be because it's not balanced correctly. I mean, we can always move stuff around. I just moved everything to the other cargo container. Get rid of stuff in the connector. And if we hit connect, yep. Okay, so it is a weight distribution problem. So that is super interesting. Yep, so once that is moved over, it looks like it's working perfectly fine. And I think cargo number 2 is the one in the back. So everything was stuck in the back, and that was causing an issue. Not sure why that does that, but I guess it kind of works it out, so it's not too bad. Alright, so let's get going and get back to that the idea of making a drilling platform. Let's build out... Oh geez, I already forgot which hole is which. Oops. I always get out of this without opening up the hatch. Alright, so this one's the diagonal, this one's the drop off. Yeah, this is the drop off, so I gotta build it here. So let me just build a steel plate there really quick. Or a steel block, I should say. We'll build one, not a small grid, we want a big, large grid. And we can build it, let's just say right around here, because it's not too close. Alright, so we're just gonna add a few blocks here. We don't necessarily need to weld them up just yet, but we'll just put them here for now, just to make our base platform. And then we're gonna put in the drills to drill down this way. So I might want to add a little bit more on this side. first things first, we need power. So we're gonna have to build a turbine. And I'm gonna kind of use this hill to assist with building this out. Not much of a hill, to be honest. It's gonna have to build it this way. Alright. Gonna build it up some more. I want to go just a tad bit more, to be honest. Right up there. I think we can go a little more. We probably should go a little more. Alright, so now we can build our turbine right up here. And of course I didn't get all the parts I needed, so then I gotta climb back up. Alright, so I did have everything except for girders. That's the only thing I was really missing. So let's just go, go back. I'm not gonna close the door because I think it's unbalanced again. Well, you can always check. It's okay. And we are back. I hope I grabbed the girdles. I don't know if I did. I believe so. Yes, I did. Good. That would have been a really big pain in the butt if I forgot the girders. And I know I said girdles before. It's girders. So let's get the power up and running. We may or may not need some batteries to run this whole thing. This should be enough power, to be honest. It's spinning decently. Not too bad. So I'll just leave that for now. We're probably going to leave this platform here. And we're going to build it forward. So we need the large cargo container. So that's going to be a lot of mats. So we should have them. I don't know if I brought everything with me. It looks like I did. Well, for a tiny one. Alright, so we're going to put this right there. See what we're missing. A whole bunch of stuff, it looks like. Interior plates. It's a lot that I'm missing. Yep. Interior plates, metal grids, motors, and computers. That's what we're missing. I have the motors, I have the computers, the metal grids I have as well. Okay. I think we have everything to get this started, right? So only thing missing is interior plates, a whole bunch of them. So we're gonna have to head back for those. So let's just do that really quickly and be right back. Alright, our large cargo container is complete. And now I just gotta make the drill system, which is going to be the hard part since I don't have a jetpack. So let's just get as much material as I can. And I mean by getting materials, just more steel plates so I can start climbing up a little bit easier. I can work off of this here. Potentially, not really. It looks like I need to put a drill system, not drill, a piston here. So we're gonna put that there. Alright. We do need to get the piston head all welded up as well. We can be a little cheap on the large steel tube if we want it to be, because all you need is steel plates to actually make it built, as you see there. So you save 8 steel tubes, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Alright, so the next thing what I want to do is build horizontally. So probably gonna do conveyor systems here. So it's gonna be a conveyor here all the way out, and then we'll build a drill system down with a piston and maybe a rotor. I'm thinking of using the rotor system to do a slow spin and collect kind of situation instead of the hinge versions that I've been using for a little while now. Alright, so this is the situation so far. We got one drill going up, 2 going down. So we can bring the ones going up further up a little bit, and then we can add probably 1 or 2 more pistons. Probably 1, I would think. So we'll bring that guy up. And we should be able to add another piston right over here. And let's see how far else we can go. So can we add another? Add another? No, we can't add another. Okay, so that's fine. We'll just add that additional one. Okay. And that's where we're going to put a rotor right here, an advanced rotor, I should say. Right there. And then we'll add our drills. So the drill, we can make it fairly cheap. Looks like I don't have the good amount of space for it still, so I might have to drill some stuff out. Alright, just make a line just enough for the drill. We can put the drill here. Yes, we can put a drill there. Put another drill here. And looks like we can't make another drill here, but I kind of want one there, so let's just break this out. Okay. There, so now we have that there. So we could do 5 like this, rotate, spin, and gather our ore for us, basically. Now it's got built out the rest of this stuff here, and it's probably a little hard to do. Let's see, I can climb up here actually. So yeah, this poses a real struggle, not being able to use a jetpack to fly and weld things up. So makes it interesting, but it does make it a lot longer to start building stuff, which is fine for me, but in terms of like if I don't edit it, you're gonna see all the welding and everything like that, which is not particularly interesting, I would think, unless you guys do prefer to watch all that. But yeah, I would tend to like speed them up so you guys don't have to sit through random welding and stuff like that. So alright, drills are set. We're ready to go. And yeah, so let's just set this up the proper way, which is basically kind of need to name some of these pistons. So this is my up piston and these are my down pistons. So I usually just do a quick U or D depending on the situation. We can group the drills together. We can group the down pistons. And the rotor. The rotor, we can, before we do that, let's do shear inertia tension. Shear inertia tension. Let's share inertia tension. Advanced rotor. Velocity, I guess you can say 4. It's not too bad. It looks like I got something blocking it. This here and the ground. Let me get rid of these guys real quick. I think this is not going to be in the way, but let's just get rid of them too. So I gotta climb up here to do that. Alright. Let's get the drills on. Start gathering. Perfect. And let's let it rotate a little bit. I think 4 is a good number. 4 rotation or RPM is usually like the safe bet that I usually go with. So it doesn't go too fast and break on me. So that's what I like to normally do. And going downwards, that's where it gets a little bit trickier because we have 3 pistons going down, so I think we can do like a very, very slow drill because we don't necessarily have to be here for it. And I don't really care to do timing blocks where it has one after the other, so we can do a velocity of 0.005 for the 3. Just hit reverse and it'll just go down. Actually, that's a little too fast still. So the down pistons, you want to go, let's just go even slower. 005. So that's what we're gonna go with. So it's gonna go nice and slow. Hopefully it's gonna be more than enough in this large container to hold all this. If not, I would probably go and grab some more materials for another large container, which is whoa, that was not ideal, and I'm still flying. Why won't it let me stop? Ow, that wasn't smart. Alright, so today's episode was to really showcase building this rover here, which has this interesting cockpit-ish area, which kind of works, kind of doesn't, depending on your load management in your cargos. But again, this is just my cargo rover for the time being. A lot more rovers to be built, so then that way we can have a drilling rover, scouting rover, and a lot more. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and feel free to leave us some comments. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.